How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. I'm going to share with you my top 7 altcoins. Many of you know them already. You can see them on the screen right now with the exponential gains you can get if you're buying them right now. And we're going to talk about Casper as well in this live stream because it's starting to move up. If you haven't seen my Casper video already, make sure to check it out. I've got a video dropping on Tau later today. And both of them look very good, okay? Casper looks like it has a ton of room to go up. A ton of room to go up. It's only just broken out, and we've got a long way to go before I think we start dumping again. I think Casper can easily go to this 30-cent target this summer before any sizable correction happens. Okay, I really do. So get ready, guys. Casper finally broken out, looking good, bounced off support, got above resistance, 12 cents Casper. We were at 5 cents just a few weeks ago, and now it looks like it's heading to all-time highs in the coming weeks. So the momentum is coming back to Casper. It's great to see. And, I've kind of flipped pretty bullish on the Casper chart. I've always been bullish on the Casper fundamentals, but I have flipped bullish on the Casper chart. In fact, I flipped bullish on the Casper chart when we broke above 10 cents. That for me was flipping bullish. And we've done that. So congratulations if you're holding Casper. You've got a very nice ride to endure. And, it's overdue a pump. It's overdue one because it's been a very long time of it being very boring. And now we're up a nice 34% on the week. It's great to see. Also, I wanted to mention, I have dropped recently 3, almost forgot, 3 brand new meme coin buy alerts in the VIP group. Okay. None of them have pumped yet, crazy. They're all still quite cheap. And I think we've got some explosive pumps to come in the coming weeks for these meme coins. I've picked them very diligently. I haven't just randomly picked them. They're not just random memes that I've just come across. I've picked them strategically for certain reasons, okay? And you can access all of those buy alerts by becoming a VIP member now. It's linked in the description, okay? Strongly recommend that you opt for the 3-month, the yearly, or the lifetime rather than doing the monthly option. But I've just dropped 3 buy alerts in the meme coin sector, and the VIPs are enjoying them, okay? So go check that out if you're interested. Discord is insanely active right now. I want to give a big shout out to all the members. I was in the voice chat earlier, as always, every single day. And they're continuing the voice chat now, even while I'm streaming. So you can see the activity speaks for itself, guys. But this is going to be predominantly a Q&A live stream. I want you guys to get your questions in. The more questions, the better. And it's going to be a good one. So smash the likes on the stream. Smash the likes. Share the stream with anyone who could benefit from it. And let's get into some of the questions. The market's looking very nice right now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I think we're going to get some nice pumps with these meme coins I bought. Sui's already been killing it, but I'm ready, man. I'm ready for a major move up on the altcoins. It's looking good. Risk is coming back to the market, which is great. Okay. The storm is coming, and it's not going to last long. It's almost that time. Absolutely, man. I agree completely. This isn't going to last long, this bull run, okay? It's going to be a very forceful pump, and we're already seeing it now with, like, Ethereum. It's got straight to 2.6K from 1.3K. 1.3K, it's done a quick 2x Ethereum, right? So it already has shown its forceful nature. This is going to be quick, fast, and you're going to check your portfolio in a few weeks, and you're going to be like, wow, how did that happen? That's what this type of move is. This isn't a slow leg up. This is a grind up. This is a hard, quick pump. And that's why now more than ever, you need to be locked in, right? You need to be paying attention. You need to be checking the charts. And, that's where basically my Discord comes in, because we're updating things daily. We're looking at things daily. And you never miss anything in there. But even if you're not in the Discord, you need to be locked in right now. You need to be focusing, because big things are happening. And if you blink, you'll miss it, essentially. If you go to sleep, you're going to miss it. So all eyes are on Ethereum right now for me. Ethereum is my risk indicator in markets in general. If Ethereum's pumping, that to me indicates that we are in a risk-on market. If Ethereum's dumping, that to me indicates that we are in a risk-off market. And Ethereum and gold are very inversely correlated. When gold is going up, Ethereum goes down. Gold is obviously a risk-off indicator. So, Ethereum going up for me indicates that we're done with the risk-off for now, and we're turning towards risk-on. And that's why I've stacked a few meme coins, because I think we're going to get some nice moves in the coming weeks for the markets. Peak and IO exploding soon. I agree. I think those are two very solid plays. I've got them in my low cap sector. Two of my favorite low caps, alongside the VIP gem I just dropped and Mavia. But yeah, Peak is looking like it's ready for a big pump. A lot of people fade in Peak. But this pump will be explosive on Peak, because it's been down for so long. It's a quality project. And it's close to a major breakout in my view. So we're going to be monitoring Peak very closely, and IO. Can HBAR 10x? Good question. I think it could, but that's too optimistic in my opinion. Depends how high you see Bitcoin going, as always. I don't see Bitcoin going to 200K this year. And for that reason, I don't see a blue chip in the top 15, basically like HBAR, doing a 10x. Okay. I just don't. Could it do a 5x? Well, yeah, that's a bit more reasonable. Okay. But a 10x is pretty optimistic, I would say, especially considering the current price of HBAR. It's already at 20 cents. So it could do a nice pump, but a 10x I think is maybe a little bit optimistic. If you're looking for a 10x, you probably need to go down the rabbit hole a little bit more and look at some smaller cap altcoins. But HBAR is not a bad altcoin. I used to hold it. It's a solid play. It's a solid play. And the chart doesn't look too bad, actually. This is a coin where, if you're looking for a blue chip right now, this is not a bad option, considering it's only beginning its breakout right now. Only beginning it. Let me put the fibs on HBAR. We can see where it might go to in the bull run. Yeah, I'd probably be targeting like this region here on HBAR. 85 cents maybe. A lot of altcoins go to the 2.618 levels in a bull run from the previous price action, right? So you can see pump, dump, put on the fibs. 2.618 is around 85 cents. That for me would be reasonable for HBAR. That would be a new all-time high on the chart. I think the release of smart contracts for Casper will be a sell the news event, just like what happened with Cardano. What do you think? Possibly. Honestly, I don't think these Casper-specific things really affect the price. Like, they really don't affect the price. We've seen KRC20 come out. We've seen the Kraken listing, did nothing. We saw the Crescendo upgrade, did nothing. Like, none of these isolated catalysts really pump Casper. The thing that pumps Casper is FOMO. It's when retail are hyped up about Casper. And none of these isolated things to Casper really pump the price, right? Because retail don't care too much about these technical things. To them, it's all just technical jargon. They care more about just hype, right? Some YouTubers hyping it up, they're going to buy it. That's what they care about. But it could be, you know, it could mark the top depending on when it is. That could be in alignment with the cyclical side as well. And it could be a coincidence. But you're right. You know, Cardano, sometimes these major news things do end up being the top signals. But with Casper specifically, a lot of these different news events, they haven't really pumped it or dumped it. And you're right. The smart contracts could come too late. And by that point, we're already in a bear market. So it all depends on the timing. How's everyone doing, guys? Get your questions in the chat. Hope everyone's having a great day. The market's doing well. Yeah, it feels good to be basically back in a bull run. It feels good. Man, the sentiment right now in the Discord's very good. People printing, people making money. But, you know, we're level-headed. We're not moon boys. Our heads on in the clouds. We're very level-headed and humble, right? So no one's getting ahead of themselves. You know, even I would say a lot of people are more cautious, to be quite honest with you. Like, people still thinking maybe we go down to 91K, CME gap. There's a bit of debate about that in the group right now. I don't think it's a guarantee that we go down to like 91K. I really don't. We could do that in the bear market. All the momentum right now is in the market. And I don't think that goes on pause until we see a top, potentially. You'll have little tiny corrections like what we just had, where we go from 105 down to 102 or 100, whatever it was. It was 100, 100.8. You'll have little 5% dumps like that, but you won't have anything significant, is what I'm saying. But that's my view. My opinion on Cadena, I wouldn't hold it. I like Ponky. Will they make a comeback? I think Ponky will definitely make a comeback. Maneki, let me take a look at the current chart. I sold my Maneki a while back. This one just kept dumping, you know. It's a very, like, when you look at Maneki on a surface level, it's probably one of the best meme coins out there. I mean, the volume, $14 million volume for a 17 million market cap. You've got great centralized exchange listings. Everything looked good. They sponsored a football team in the UK. They sponsored a UFC champion. You know, everything looked good on a surface level, but for whatever reason, the price didn't align. So it's a weird one, but it's certainly worth a little punt, I would say, Maneki. It's worth a little gamble, but I wouldn't go in with weight, okay? But it is worth a little gamble. And it did have a rally like a month ago, right? So it's worth a little gamble, but I wouldn't go heavy into Maneki. Ponky, I would say, is more of a higher quality meme coin. Good morning, Archie from Vegas. How's it going, man? Is there a pullback expected after a couple weeks of green candles? Maybe the pullback may not be that big. We just had a pullback. Like, are people not watching the markets? You know, like, I'm not saying you specifically, but we just had a pullback. We went to 105. We came down to 100. You know, that is a pullback. That's enough in a bull run. You don't need 40% dumps every single time we have a move, you know? I'm sure we will have a big dump at some point, but I don't think it's now, personally, anyway. You know? So that's my view on it. We just had a pullback. We went up to 105. We came down to 100. Now we're starting to crawl back up again. Thoughts on Jasmy? I think there's better altcoin alternatives to Jasmy. Same with Theta. I think there's better alternatives out there. My portfolio is just Ondo, Sui, Brett, Render, and Sei. Beam as well. A small amount of Mavia. Do you think I can 5x my portfolio? I have entry from a couple weeks ago. Thank you. Absolutely. Do you mean 5x from now or 5x from your entry? I think either is very doable. But if you're talking about you entered a couple weeks ago and you're looking for a 5x, that's very likely. If that's the case. If you only entered a couple weeks ago, you're looking for a 5x, very, very likely. Now, the question is, will you actually take profits? Because a lot of people, they have a goal, they reach that goal, and then they don't take profits. I've spoke to people, their goal, the whole bull run, was to make $1 million. That was all they wanted to do. They hit the million back in January. They didn't sell. Didn't sell. Hit 1.4 million, something like that. Didn't do anything because they kept thinking it'll go higher, it'll go higher, it'll go higher. So what I'd say is if that is your goal, you reach your goal, sell. You reach your goal. You're happy. So yeah, guys, I purchased a few meme coins. I'm not going to obviously say which memes they were, but I'm looking at the meme market right now and I'm thinking we're going to get some nice pumps on meme coins across the board in the coming weeks. We already did just have a nice pump, but this is just the beginning. Like if you take a massive meme coin like Pepe, for an example, it's still not even near its all-time highs. And then when it gets to its all-time high, it'll enter price discovery and then it will shoot up even higher. So something like Pepe, I still have doing pretty good returns from here. Would I buy Pepe? I wouldn't personally. I don't think the gains are good enough for me. But if we pull up Pepe on the all-time chart, we take a look at the fibs. Let's go from this high up here down to this low. You're still looking at some nice X's on Pepe from here, even just to the 1.618. You're looking at a 3x just to the 1.618. 3x just to that. That would put Pepe at a 16, 17 billion market cap. Could go even higher than that, right? Absolutely could. Could go to the 2.618. That would be 6.6 on the price. That would be a 6x on Pepe. 5 times 6, almost a 40 billion market cap. That would be around a 40 billion. That to me is the likely scenario, is Pepe goes to this target here and hits a 40 billion market cap. But don't be surprised if it, only goes to here. It's possible. But 40 billion for Pepe, I think is very realistic. And what that's going to do for memes on the catch-up trade will be absolutely glorious. You'll make great gains on the catch-up trade. Say target this bull run. Will it run next year? I'm not betting on anything running next year. I'm not factoring that in. I don't care what it's going to do next year. I'm in crypto for this year. I think we have a bull run, this year, which we have. And I think it wraps up this year. And I think next year is going to be pretty devastating for crypto. And you want to sell everything this year. So that's my view. My target for this bull run, for Sei, is probably minimum 1.78. 1.78. So what would that be in X's from here? Let's see. You would be talking a 7x. Kind of like a minimum. I mean, I don't want to say minimum 7x, because really minimum would be like it just going to its all-time high and kind of double topping and then disappointing. That would be the worst case scenario. That would be the bad case. But I think realistically, it should 7x from here. It should. That would be like the base case. Base case scenario. It should 7x. It could go way higher than that even, okay? I've been consistent that I think Sei could go to 10 to 15 billion in market cap. But as always, it all depends on how high Bitcoin goes. So we'll monitor Bitcoin, we'll monitor the situation as it happens, and decide at what point we take profits. But realistically, anywhere between a 5 to a 15x on Sei is absolutely doable. Yeah, what's up with Avalanche? Disappointing so far, isn't it? Yeah, AVAX has been pretty disappointing this cycle. I don't hold any. It's not just AVAX. Basically, all coins from last cycle have been disappointing this cycle, apart from Solana and maybe BNB. Ethereum's been disappointing this cycle. Let's go through them. Let's go through them. I'll show you guys what I mean. Basically, every single altcoin from last cycle that was big has disappointed this time around. We'll go on historical snapshots and we'll look at the top in 2021. So that would have been November 2021. So let's go through these. Ethereum, disappointing this cycle. Cardano, disappointing this cycle. Polkadot, very disappointing this cycle. Polkadot was sat at a $51 billion market cap last cycle. What's it at now? 7 billion. Crazy. More than like a 7x lower. Crazy. Dogecoin. I would say even Doge has been disappointing this cycle. It hasn't even gotten close to its all-time high. Shiba Inu, really disappointing. Terra Luna. Terra Luna, even worse, man. The worst of the worst would be Terra Luna. The worst of the worst. How many X's is that one going to get? The worst of the worst. Terrible. Avalanche has been really bleak this cycle as well. Uniswap. Man, even Chainlink. People said Chainlink's done well, but let's check it. Still not even gotten close. Not even close to its all-time high. Despite Bitcoin making an all-time high, Chainlink hasn't even gotten close. So cyclically speaking, pretty much all these top altcoins from last cycle are way behind Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, if Bitcoin was Chainlink, it would be way up here, right? Be way up here. Would have massively exceeded its all-time highs. Because Bitcoin's all-time high from last cycle was 69K. Now Bitcoin's over 100. So it's well exceeded its all-time high. Chainlink, not even close. So Chainlink gets an X. Litecoin, obviously. Polygon, been really disappointing as well. Really disappointing as well. So you cannot bet on altcoins from last cycle coming back and doing the same thing. Because basically all of them are dinosaur coins now. Polygon is nowhere near what it used to be. I mean, they even changed, right? Polygon. Can't find the... Here we go. Previous Polygon. They did a merge. They do all this stupid stuff, man. You cannot rely on coins from last cycle. Polygon gets a big X. Probably 2, in fact. Algorand, big X. Really disappointing. Algorand was at 11 billion this time last cycle. 11 bill on Algorand this time. Well, not this time last cycle, but at the top of last cycle. It was at 11 billion. It's not even at 3 billion now. 11 billion last cycle. It's at 2 now. Despite Bitcoin being way higher. Okay, back when Bitcoin was at 63K. 63K. Algorand was at 11 billion. 11.6 billion. Now it's only at 2 and Bitcoin's over 100K. This is just jokes, man. Bitcoin Cash, VeChain, Axie Infinity, ICP. I mean, that is the worst of the worst. Have you seen the chart on that? Have you seen the chart on ICP? Now, some people here will say, well, but look at the market cap. But I'm not investing in the market cap. I'm investing in the value of the coin. The value of ICP back then was 10x higher than what it is now. So I've lost 10x of my value. I had $1 million back then in ICP. Now I've only got 100K as an example. You've lost 10 times the value because you chose to hold outdated coins from last cycle. Crypto.com is the same, down. XLM, I think maybe that is an exception. Let's see. Slightly an exception. XLM, basically break even. So if you're still holding XLM from last cycle, you're in a slight loss, okay? XLM's at 30 cents now. It was at 36 at the top of last cycle. So you basically break even. Then we get to Cosmos. We can do this all day, guys. We can do this all freaking day. All of these absolutely dead. No one cares about them. No one talks about them. No one wants to know about them. No one gives a flying crap. Okay? This is my point. And I know I've gone on for a while about this, but what I'm trying to say is you cannot count on altcoins from last cycle to perform this cycle because very few of them have. The only ones really I can think of that have done well is Solana and XRP. If you betted on any of the others, you're still down compared to 2021. If you betted on Phantom, if you betted on Theta, if you betted on HBAR, if you betted on PancakeSwap, Algorand, Polygon, Avalanche, whatever. All of them are lower now than what they were in 2021. 4 years ago. What am I trying to get to? I'm trying to say you want to buy new coins. You want to buy new coins because those are the ones that get to the top this time around. Okay, now I'm sure a couple of them from last cycle will do well, and they have. A couple of them have. BNB, Solana, XRP. 3 of them have done well. But the vast majority have gone to shit. And that's why I don't really hold many old coins. Basically, this whole list, mostly this entire list is new coins. And the ones that aren't, they've already got to all-time highs. Render, for example, has already made a new high. People need to wake up to these facts. You need to realize the old coins mostly never come back. Even the top ones, even the blue chips. Now, maybe Avalanche will, but it would be the exception if it did, okay? So I'm not surprised that most of these coins from last cycle are lower now than what they were. That's why I hold new ones, because this time around, it will be Sui up there. It already is. It will be Casper up there. It will be Tau up there. It will be Ondo. It will be Sei. And then next bull run, most of those will go to shit. You know, maybe 1 or 2 of them stay around, but most of them will be obsolete dinosaurs next cycle, and no one will be talking about them. But a couple will survive. And they're the ones maybe you want to get in on. Yeah, Soul memes are giving a little sign. Little signs of a comeback. Hi, Archie. A question. I have a good portfolio, but I feel like I just missed out on Tau. I know you're not buying Tau anymore, but what is a good entry for Tau to add on my long-term portfolio? Thank you. Yeah, so I'm not buying any more Tau personally. I'm stacked, but if you were going to buy some, I would say below 400 390, maybe, if you're lucky. It might not even go back to that level, but 390 would be a place I would buy. 391. Does Land Wolf look good? It's a decent meme, but I prefer the ones that I just bought. Thoughts on Tars AI? We get this every stream for some reason. There's always someone asking about Tars AI. Let me say it very, very simply. Tars AI raised, is it $250,000? $230, not even 250. $230,000 raised. That's all I need to say. They raised 230,000 and their market cap's 57 million. That's off for me. I wouldn't hold it. Maybe it'll 5x, you know, if you're lucky, but I wouldn't hold it. I'm not a fan of the fundraising round. They raise money from absolute nobodies. No one cares about Gate.io startup. No one cares about Dutch crypto investors. No one cares, right? At least raise money from Coinbase or Binance, you know, or at least a tier 1 VC. Not any of these random VCs that no one cares about. Why do I pick Beam over Super? Because the chart looks better. Have I actually gone through my 7 cryptos? Numerous times on the channel, man. Numerous times. If you have any questions about them, ask me, and I'll be sure to answer it. I'll be happy to answer it. Thoughts on Jupiter and Walrus? Both decent plays. Do you think focusing on stacking ISO coins during the bear market is a decent idea? Maybe. Maybe. I think they'll be here to stay, most of them. Some of them will die out, though, because of competition. What's a good entry for Sei? I would say right now is a good entry. Right now is a good entry on Sei. You're still buying it super cheap when you zoom out. Tars has made me a lot of money. That's all I have to say. That's fine. It doesn't mean it's good. I've made loads of money on crap coins, right? Doesn't mean it's good. I've made money on meme coins. They're all terrible, right? They're just memes. They've got no value. If someone's asking me about a utility project, I'm going to check the fundraising. I'm going to see how much interest it had from big players. The same way, if someone's investing in a new stock, a new company that's just got on the stock market, you're going to check the fundraising. You're going to check who bought it, right? The big players that bought it. And if no one credible bought it, then it's going to raise eyebrows. If you had big major companies buy into your company, then it looks good, right? That's why I like Sei, because big players bought into it. It's backed by the big players. They raised $95 million. Circle backed it. Massive, organization, you could say. Binance backed it. Massive. Multicoin Capital is pretty big. I mean, if you look at this VC, they put big money into projects. Look at this. Tier 1. Multi-coin capital, tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, and then numerous tier 2s. That's a project I want to buy. Obviously, we're here for the money, right? But there's a strategy to crypto. You don't just buy anything. People always say, oh, we're here for the money. Yeah, of course. But there's a strategy to your research. And I have a strategy. And I won't buy a coin that raised jack shit, which has a valuation hundreds times its fundraising. I won't do that. It's just a rule of my investment strategy. Okay, and it's played out pretty well. So I'm just telling you my strategy. You can do you. That's fine. Guys, ignore these XAI comments. They are bots. They are scammers. Just ignore them. Hi, Archie. I'm following you from Brazil. Congratulations on your work. Thank you. Do you believe that Mumu can return to its all-time high? It's possible, man, but it's come down so much. Why did I just search ATH? It's come down so much. Does it even need to go to all-time highs for you to make a good amount of money? Let's see. What is it to all-time highs? This thing has gone down so much. Basically a 16x to all-time highs. It doesn't even need to. You could just buy Mumu now and then sell it. You know, these fibs are way off, I think. We just put them where they should be. Like, you could just buy Mumu now and sell it up here. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go there. It might not, but you'll get a 10x if you just sell it up here. You don't even need it to go to all-time highs to make money. But yeah, I don't have a position in Mumu right now. I'll consider it. I already made a 14x on Mumu or 12x. So I'm not in a rush to buy it again, but I made great gains on it. What's the best meme coin to buy right now on Bybit? I'd say the ones I just dropped in the VIP as my buy alerts. I literally just dropped 3 buy alerts in the VIP. And I think maybe all of them are on Bybit, or at least 2 of them are. So go check those out. I think they're going to pump a lot. I think they're going to do some crazy pumps. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I just dropped 2 new buy alerts, 3 new buy alerts. I keep saying 2. I dropped 3 new meme coin buy alerts over in the VIP. And you can access those by hitting the link in the description, and you get instant access to them. As you said, potentially good layer 1s have their time. As top 100 are mainly layer 1s. Are Tectum and BasedAI good low layer 1s? Man, I haven't researched BasedAI much, but Tectum, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know if you watched the channel much. I recognize the name. So I'm pretty sure you've watched the channel before a few times. But literally what I just said a few minutes ago applies to Tectum. $350,000 they raised. Is this supposed to be some sort of joke? Or am I supposed to take it serious? $350,000 raised for a layer 1? It's just joke. It's stupid. With a chart that looks like this, it's just gone from $40 straight down to $1. You had $400,000 Tectum at the top. You've got 10,000 now. Just stupidity buying this. Cannot stand it. I've been warning about Tectum for months. I do not like the chart. I do not like the FDV, not the FDV, the fundraising. So if you want an example to prove my rule, Tectum raised 300K. They got to some ridiculous market cap level and then just dumped the whole way down because it was unsustainable, because it was not fairly valued at that price, because no one was interested in the private sale. If no one's interested in the private sale, you know, it's just people falling for it if they buy it on the public sale, on the public kind of round, right? Which is the open market. This thing that raised 200K got to a 200 million market cap. 1000x their private sale valuation. And then you wonder what's going to happen when it comes down. And I warned everyone about this the whole time because I do not like projects that raise no money, especially when they are tech projects, okay? It's a bit different when it's a meme. When it's a meme, it's actually better if they didn't raise money because it's more decentralized, blah, blah, blah. But when it's a centralized coin, when it's a tech coin, you expect them to raise money. And the thing about Tectum as well, I'm pretty sure, was the tokenomics were dreadful. Considering they raised 200K, the public still only got like 10% or something stupid. So if you're going to only give the public like 10%, you better raise hundreds of millions from your VCs. Otherwise, it's just laughable. And BasedAI, I think it's all right. Haven't checked in on it in a while, though. The chart doesn't look great. The listings are pretty appalling. Yeah, this thing doesn't look great, man. I just buy Tau. It could pump, though, when AI goes up again. Like everything will pump. Hit them likes up, absolutely. Hit those likes up, guys. The more likes, the happier I am. The less mean I get with people's picks. Let's see how many likes we're on, actually. Let's see. 52? 200 watching on YouTube. 52 likes. Something's going badly wrong with this stream. No, I don't think Filecoin will go to its all-time high. Thank you very much for that AVAX answer. I have another question regarding Beam. Don't you think that a 5x is a bit low for a project with that market cap? Just wondering what your thoughts are. Yeah, 5x is on the low end. It's on the low end. I put 5 to 12x. So 5x is the bear case. 12x is the bull case. The most likely case is somewhere in the middle, right? 8x, 7x. That's the most likely, but I give a range. Thoughts on Doginme and Toshi? I think Doginme is a stupid name. I think Toshi will do well, though. $84 million market cap for this. Chart looks good. Chart looks good. It's pumping. It's on base. Got a Coinbase listing. It looks good, man. The chart is pumping a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if this keeps going and probably breaks out, enters price discovery just by the basic glance I'm doing here. Obviously, I haven't got a full-on chart with me, but it looks good. The fact that it's bounced so quick, it's a good sign. And Toshi, I think it's a solid meme coin. just the valuation for me, I'm not too keen on meme coins above 100 million market cap, really. Okay, I prefer memes that are kind of between like 30 to 100 million. That's like the sweet spot. When they get to 300, 400, 500 million, you've got to ask yourself, have the vast majority of the gains already been done with this meme? And how many people are actually looking to exit? Toshi will do good, but I just don't buy memes that are that high usually, unless it's a really, really good meme. Archie is a goat. Greetings from Warsaw, bro. Thank you. I've been to Poland before. Why can't I get off this comment? There we go. Thoughts on Coq Inu? Oh, man. The name. But honestly, I think it'll pump. I think it'll pump. When AVAX has a pump, and it will at some point, like, I don't think it'll do anything crazy, but I'm sure at some point it's going to have a move. This meme will fly. $10 billion all-time high market cap for, 10 billion current market cap for AVAX. All-time high market cap, 30 billion. You know, maybe AVAX can do like a 2x, a 3x, something like that. If AVAX does a 3x, then Coq Inu is probably going to do way more than that. Hi, Archie. Thank you for your work. Are you still holding Arweave? I'm holding a very small bag, not much. But Arweave looks like it could pump. What is a good bag of Casper? It depends on the individual, man. Some people, it's 100,000 Casper. Some people, it's 1 million Casper. Some people, it's 10 million Casper. It depends how much money you've got. You might be a multi-millionaire, and someone else asking that question might only have $100 in their bank, right? So it really depends on the individual. But I would say as a percentage of your portfolio, 10 to 30% is a great percentage. Gabri, hey Archie, thanks for the alpha. Not VIP at the moment because I've got an issue with my bank against crypto. And you apparently will be back soon. Yeah, no problem. If you drop us an email, we can get you in on a crypto payment. So drop us an email down below and we'll get you back in the group through a crypto payment instead. We'll help you out with that. Better AI agents or gaming? I would say the momentum's more with AI agents. The momentum is way more with AI agents than gaming right now, but gaming will do well. Archie, please remind me why Nacho the Cat and PP are bad picks. Bro, I can't tell sometimes if people are joking or not. PP, copycat of Pepe. I don't like copycat coins. That's just... It will probably pump, this thing. PP will probably pump. I just don't like copycat versions of coins where they slightly change the name or it's the same name on a different chain. I just don't like it. I like original meme coins. It will probably move up. Nacho, absolute joke in terms of listings. Absolute joke in terms of listings. How am I supposed to take a 17 million market cap meme seriously that's been out for like 6 or 7 months? 7 months with those stupid listings. You've got to be kidding me. What have you been doing for 7 months? If you're on the team of Nacho, what have you been doing for the past 7 months? Because he got nothing to show for it. If I was the leader of Nacho, if I was on the team, it would have 50 listings by now. 50 listings by now, and it would be on Mexi, Bybit, Crypto.com, all of them. Because I'd invest the money to get those listings. But clearly the people behind Nacho, they're refusing to dip into their pockets. And that is absolutely the antithesis of what you want with a meme coin. You want a meme coin where the devs are prepared to pay a lot of money for marketing and listings. So I don't like meme coins where the teams are either broke or unprepared to pay for listings. And the proof is in the pudding. It's been out for 7 months, and all it's got to show for it is some poxy freaking exchanges. Archie, thank you for everything you do and for realistic price targets. They're very reasonable. I also love your meme coin exit strategy. I'm using it myself. Wow, thank you, man. Appreciate the warm words, and appreciate you watching the channel, man. Well said. Arrow's looking good. Arrow's solid. What's my listing of potentially most bullish narratives? Good question. I would say 1 layer 1s, 2 AI, 3 memes, 4 RWA, 5 gaming right now. Gaming used to be number 2, but it's dropped to like number 4 or 5 because of its complete and utter irrelevancy this cycle, and the fact that GTA 6 was postponed into next year. That for me kind of puts a bit of a nail in the coffin for a lot of gaming coins this cycle. I think they will do well, but not as well as I initially hoped. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream here. I've got a lot of stuff to do. VIPs are reaching out to me. I've got a video that I need to upload on Tau later today as well. So I got to wrap up the stream here. But as always, guys, definitely check out the VIP group. We got 5-star reviews only. 33 different reviews, all 5 stars. We got hundreds and hundreds of active members in the group 24/7, in the voice chats, talking about the markets. Even while I'm streaming, they're in a voice chat talking about the markets. I mean, you really can't go wrong in this group. You really can't go wrong, man. Best place to be in crypto, without a doubt. I'm in there every day. You know, a lot of other crypto groups, it's very much a dictatorship. The leader just says what he wants. Anyone who disagrees gets kicked out, and that's that. In this group, I'm in the voice chats every single day debating with people, disagreeing with people's opinions. Oh, you think Bitcoin's going to 200K? Here's why I think you're wrong. Okay, and I'll debate with the person. That's what goes on in this group. It's not like any other group. We have free thinkers, we have intelligent people, and we have results. Check it out if you're interested. The results speak for themselves, and the reviews speak for themselves. Matt says, great stream, Archie. Keep it up. Join the VIP. Well worth it. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. And if you don't want to pay through fiat, you can join through crypto, but it has to be on a longer term payment plan. Okay, 6 months, 12 months, lifetime, whatever. You can do that through crypto, and we'll give you a little added discount. But all the options are there, linked down below. Get yourselves in there before the prices go up and before these altcoins start going crazy, because I feel like some major, major pumps are around the corner, especially on those meme coins I just dropped in the group. So check it out. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. See you guys. Goodbye.